Hello and welcome. My name's John Person. For those who know me, you probably already are using the Person's Pivots and PPS indicator. And for those who don't know me, this quick tutorial is just to get you to be introduced into the tools that we've created and that are available on the TradeStation App Store. In my 35 years since I've started in this business, I've worked with legends like George Lane, the innovator of stochastics. I myself has created, as I've mentioned, the Person's Pivot Indicator. This book that came out well over 12 years ago really helped reinvent the wheel on pivot point analysis and repopularize that form of market analysis. In addition, the Mastering the Stock Market book, this book was a fabulous book in helping traders uncover high probability techniques for stock picking, as well as looking at select timing tools that we use in the markets. I also contributed to the Commodity Trader's Almanac for a number of years, which helped traders understand the seasonalities behind certain stocks and ETFs to underlying commodity markets. So let's get started in sharing with you some of these indicators and how they're so powerful and why they work well. All right, so let's get started. This stuff is just exciting. It's just really fabulous information here to share with you. First and foremost, what you're looking at the screen, the daily Person's Pivots. Now that's free on the Trading App Store. Basically what it does is it gives us the daily outlook of what the potential range, support, and resistance. Always I put the support in green and the resistance in red. Now, if you look over here at the conclusion of the day, it recalibrates what the next day's market condition is, as well as under that condition, bullish or bearish. It gives us a targeted higher red than the current time frame and a higher green than the current time frame. So you can clearly see that we're already illustrating a targeted bullish outlook for the next trading session. In addition, what you're looking on at this screen are several other key indicators. One, we have these white hash lines and we have these gray hash lines. What are those? We call those the last conditional change indicator. They help us to identify if we get a buy signal in the market, where to place our stop underneath the white line, which is a bullish indication. And if we get a sell signal in the market, to place our stop above the gray line. And as the market moves in our favor, to continue to push our stop above those gray lines. And so therefore, we can trail our stops until we either get a move down to a targeted support like the pivot line, which is this blue, or until we get stopped out with a profit. In addition, you may have noticed the arrows, and the arrows are what we call the PPS indicator. These are actual momentum indicators that give us sell signals, defined sell signals that define trend moves, and of course buy signals that help define upside moves in the marketplace. Last but not least, there is this momentum histogram, and this is a very powerful tool. Why is it so powerful? Because number one, if we're in a sell signal and the market goes down, it helps us to identify if the market's truly bearish, then we should start to see the momentum make newer lows. But as the price makes newer lows and the momentum indicator starts to come off those, it gives us an idea that we are losing bearish momentum. And a lot of times we get newer lows and we get what we call bullish convergence, meaning where the price made a low and price makes a newer low, the momentum does not. We get that bullish convergence. It also works for bearish divergence. In other words, if you look as the market starts to rally straight up and defines this beautiful trend right up to the pivot targeted red line of resistance, a sell signal ensues. That's this red arrow. When the market gives a sell signal, you get short the market, and you're capable of knowing where to place your stops above and get them out of harm's way. As the market moves down, note that right before the sell signal occurred, you will note what is the histogram doing. Price is rising, and the momentum indicator's declining. It's sharing with us before we even got the sell signal that something was running amiss here, that we were starting to run out of bullish momentum and we could look for a reversal trade. That's the power of what is on your screen. It gives us, without any obstacles, where to get in, where to get out, how to trail our stops, and is there continued strength or weakness in a trend so that we could see if the move is sustainable. That's the power behind what we've created. Now I'm just going to fast forward and show you if the indicator is saying, look, we got a higher green and a higher red, it's telling you that, hey, tomorrow, because this is our daily person's pivot, using a 5-minute euro currency. So fabulous for Forex traders as well as anyone trading the S&Ps or even trading equities. And I'll share that with you in just a quick second. But notice that as I go forward here, you'll see as we enter into the trading session of the current day, we get these wonderful pullbacks into support. The histogram is telling us that it's lost its bearish momentum. A buy signal occurs. You can see that buy signal, and then the trend kind of has a little run up. And again, this is at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Nothing really happens until we get into the US session. And here we have it right there. We get a beautiful buy signal. Now, this is something we didn't talk about, and this is another indicator. It's called the high close doji indicator. That's why that candle is actually orange. This isn't just any buy signal. It's a high alert probability buy signal. It tells us when to get in on the close, and notice that the white line is where we would want to put our stop, below the low underneath that doji. For stock traders, here's a stock 3D, triple D as it's called, and clearly you can see just this is a daily chart now. This is a daily chart with monthly person's pivots. Notice that we have this little arrow that points up, and the market's targeting the upside to be still a monthly chart, a lower red and a lower green. Two ways to look at this trade. The momentum histogram's pointing up as that buy signal fires off, right? And so one could say, well, I'll buy it until it reaches resistance and take a capture trade. Otherwise, if you're looking to establish a new fresh long position or an investment, perhaps maybe we would wait until we get clarity that the trend is turning around. Clearly, we could see that we get a sell signal here at monthly resistance, and this thing has just been nosediving ever since. Let's take a look at some bullish side stuff. Now, I think everyone's familiar with Facebook, and Facebook, while we have this red line is equal to that red line, it just means that the bullish condition, as you can see, it did not really change. We had a higher green. We generated a buy signal. The momentum indicator is saying, hey, we have a positive push and the market could trend higher. And we actually trend higher except for one sell signal way up here. And at that point in time, the market went sideways and then it had earnings. And so it is still targeted a bullish higher high and higher low. Here's the higher low, there's the higher low, and it's projected over the last 2 months to be bullish. And as you can see, even the momentum indicator, except for these 4 little days right there, which had a sideways action, suggested that the market may be running a little bit out of steam. You did get a move about another $3-4 to the upside, but overall, the buy signal right in here, fabulous in putting together, combining the person's pivots with the PPS, the momentum indicator, and look at the way it's structured with our last conditional change. Here's the white lines that tell you when to trail your stops all the way up the market until you got stopped out right in here. So you left a little bit on the table, but for the most part ran the trend straight up. I hope you enjoyed this, and I really do look forward to seeing you next week when we give a full webinar description on how these tools are effective in the current market environment. Thank you for watching.